Hello everyone. In this video we'll solve a problem on balancing of rotating masses. So before I start this problem, I would like to tell there are two types of problems under balancing of rotating masses. First type is balancing of several masses which are rotating in same plane, whereas second type of problem is balancing of several masses which are rotating in different planes. So if you go through this problem, it's very clearly given here. There are four different masses: 100 kg, 175, 200 and 125 kg, and they are rotating in different planes 1, 2, 3 and 4 respectively. That means it comes under category balancing of several masses which rotates in different planes. First, note down all the given details. Here four masses are given: m1, m2, m3 and m4, and the radius of rotation of all the four masses are same, it is 200 mm. In second sentence, angular position of planes 2, 3 and 4 with respect to 1 is given, and horizontal distance between plane 2, 3 and 4 with respect to 1 is given. You have to determine what is the magnitude and position of balancing mass which is located at a radius of 600 mm radius in two different planes L and M, which is located in the middle of planes 1 and 2 and also in the middle of 3 and 4 respectively. First, construct this table. In this table, number of rows, it depends on number of masses. So in this problem there are four disturbing masses m1, m2, m3, m4, and there are two balancing masses L and M. So there comes total 4 plus 2, 6 rows. 6 rows will be there. So we'll write it in order. First mass is m1, it is 100 kg. Or we'll list out planes first. Here we'll list out plane number 1, plane number 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 planes in the given problem, and in between plane 1 and 2, there is plane L, one more plane L, and in between 3 and 4 plane M is located. It is given in the last sentence of the question. Exactly in the middle of 3 and 4 there comes plane M. List out given mass values. In terms of kg I will write m1 is 100 kg, m2 is, or mass L is unknown, we'll write it as ml, m suffix L, which is unknown, you have to find out. m2 is 175 kg, m3 is 200 kg. Mass present in plane M is also unknown, we'll write it as m prefix M, and last mass is 125 kg. Radius of rotation is given. For mass m1, m2, m3 and m4, radius of rotation is 200. We'll write it in terms of meter, it becomes 0.2 meter. Whereas for mass L and M, radius of rotation is 600 mm. In fourth column, we'll write the product of mass and radius. So here 100 into 0.2 you will get 20. 0.6 times M into L. Here 175 into 0.2 you will get 35. This will be 40. 0.6 times mm, and the last value will be 25. So after this we'll plot horizontal distance between each planes. For this diagram, scale is not necessary. I am just representing horizontal distances between different planes. Here first plane. For representing this, you can refer first column of this table. Planes are located in the order 1, L, 2, 3, M, followed by plane number 4. So total 6 planes in the order 1 followed by L, then comes plane 2, plane 3, then plane M, and finally plane number 4. And we'll write the horizontal distance between each planes which is given in the problem. Horizontal distance between each plane is, so here it is given, distance of the plane 2, 3 and 4 with respect to 1 it is 600, 1800 and 2400. So I will mark distance between each planes in this diagram. So in this diagram I am representing horizontal distance between each planes. Distance between plane 1 and 2 it is 600 mm, 1 and 3 is 1800 and 1 and 4 is 2400 mm. So after representing this diagram, according to question it is given that plane L is located in between or in the middle of 1 and 2. So plane L is located at a distance of 300 from plane 1. Similarly, plane M is located in the middle of 3 and 4. So the distance between 3 and M will be 300 and the distance between M and 4 will be 300. So after this, we'll go back to table. In this table, we'll fill the fifth column now. In fifth column, I need to enter distance from reference plane. But here, while filling this table, it is very important to choose right reference plane. So remember, while selecting reference plane, you have to select a plane in which mass is unknown. So remember, reference plane unknown mass. So this is the reference plane. You have to write distance from each plane with respect to plane L. And remember, while measuring distance, if some distance is measured towards left side, that will be negative. If some distance is measured towards right side, it will be positive. So if you measure towards left side, that will be negative. So distance from L to 1, L is the reference plane because mass present in plane L is unknown. So distance from L to 1, we'll refer this diagram. L to 1 it is 300, but we are measuring distance towards left side because 1 is located on the left side of L. Therefore this dimension has to be negative. So distance from L to 1 will be minus 0.3 in terms of meter. So this will be minus 0.3. Distance from L to L will be 0. Distance from L to 2 it is plus 0.3 because I am measuring towards right side. L to plane 3 it is 1.5 meter. L to plane M you will get 1.8 meter and L to last plane you will get 2.1 meter. So these dimensions I am writing based on this diagram. By referring this diagram, I can write horizontal distance between each planes. So after this, we'll plot one more diagram, that is space diagram will construct. We'll construct space diagram now. While constructing space diagram, you have to start with one 0 degree line, and for constructing the space diagram I need radius of each mass as well as inclination between each mass is required. So here, if you consider inclination between different masses, inclination between 2, 3 and 4 with respect to 1 is given. That means 1 I can take as reference plane. So here in this diagram, 1 will be reference line and radius of 1 is 0.2. Its inclination is 0 degree. Radius is 0.2. Inclination is 0 degree. Here you have to take suitable scale. So radius is 0.2 meter, inclination 0. This is mass A. Here comes mass A. Then I cannot plot mass L because its inclination is unknown. Its radius of rotation is, it's given in the question, it is 0.6, but theta value is unknown. Then we'll go for next mass 2. Radius is 0.2. Its inclination is 75 degree with respect to mass 1. We'll write the inclination value also. 1 is inclined at 0 degree, 2 is inclined at 75 degree, 3 is inclined at 135 and 4 is inclined at 240 degree. So using radius value and also inclination, I have to plot space diagram. So we'll construct space diagram now. After this, mass B, its radius is 0.2 again, but inclined at 75 degree. So this is mass 2. Mass 1 and mass 2 inclined at 75 degree. You can check the angle between these two. This one has to be 75 degree. This angle will be 75 degree. Next, mass 3, radius is 0.2 and it is inclined at 135 degree. So mass 3, its radius is 20 again, inclined at 135 degrees. So this represents mass 3. This is mass 3. And the last mass 4, radius is 0.2 again and inclination will be 240 degree. And mass 4, radius is 0.2 and inclined at an angle of 240 degree from here, from mass 1. This angle will be 240 degree. So that completes space diagram. In this space diagram, you have to represent position of mass L and M. That will represent later. So after this, you need to plot two more diagrams. One is couple polygon and one is space force polygon. Couple polygon and force polygon. couple polygon, and next one force polygon. In few problems you have to start with couple polygon, and in few problem you have to start with force polygon. So how to identify whether to start with couple polygon or force polygon? For constructing couple polygon I need these values, and for constructing for constructing couple polygon I need these values, and for constructing force polygon I need these values. So first I will fill this value. Here you have to write product of mass into r into distance from reference plane. So 20 into 0.3, that will be minus 6, something into 0, this is 0, this one will be 10.5, 60, 40 into 1.5 you will get 60, 1.08 times mm, then 52.5. So I told you for constructing couple polygon I need these values, and for constructing force polygon I need these values. So you consider these two columns. Out of these two columns identify in which column I am having least number of unknowns. So in this column I am having least number of unknowns. That means first I need to start with couple polygon. After constructing couple polygon, then only I have to go for force polygon. In case in the fourth column I am having least number of unknowns compared to sixth column, that means I have to start with force polygon. So depending on lesser number of unknowns available in the column, you have to start with couple polygon or force polygon. Here this column is having only one unknown, therefore I will start with couple polygon. So first line, length of the first line will be minus 6, its inclination will be 0. For constructing couple polygon I need these values and its inclination. So length of the first line will be minus 6 and its inclination will be 0. Couple polygon, length of the first line will be 6, its inclination is 0. Length of second line will go in the order. Length of second line will be 0, we'll go for next one. Length of third line will be 10.5, inclined at 75 degree. So length is 10.5, inclined at length is 10.5, inclined at 75 degree. Then third line, length will be 60, this value, length will be 60, inclined at 135 degree. So length, I told length will be 60, inclined at 135 degree. Remember one thing, while taking angle, always we have to measure angle with respect to 0 degree line. That means here this is 0 degree line. And length 135, angle 135 means from here this angle should be 135. This angle has to be 135. This is 135, and here this angle will be with respect to 0 degree. This angle should be 60. This angle has to be 60 degree. We'll go for next fourth line. So length of the next line will be, here this value is unknown, so we'll skip this one and go to next value. Length of the next line will be 52.5 and inclination will be 240 degree. So from this endpoint, length of the next line will be 52.5 and inclination will be 240 degree with respect to horizontal, with respect to 0 degree line. So from here you have to draw a line inclined at 240 degree. So this line is inclined at 240 degree with respect to horizontal. That means from here this angle will be 240 degree. This angle has to be 240 degree. Now the last line, in order to get unknown value, so here unknown value is 1.08 times mm. In order to get the value of 1.08 times mm, you have to finish this polygon, connect end point of polygon with starting point of the polygon. You have to connect end point of polygon with starting point of polygon. Measure this dimension. This is 72.31. After measuring, again if you measure angle with respect to horizontal, if you measure angle from 0 degree line, this will be inclination of unknown mass m, and if you measure this angle will be, you will get 355 degree. This angle will be 355 degree, and measure this dimension. After measuring this dimension, equate that. I am getting this dimension as 72.31. Therefore 72.31 is equal to, you have to equate this with 1.08 times, with unknown value was 1.08 times mm, so you have to equate this with 1.08 times mm. You have to take scale factor also. So by simplifying, you will get mm value in this problem. You will get value of mass m as 66.9 kg. You will get value of mm as 66.9 kg. So we'll fill the table now. Mm you will get 66.9 kg. And its inclination will be 355 degree. Now last one value is pending, ml. For measuring or to identify the value of ml, you have to construct next diagram, that is force polygon. So inclination mm, I got it from here, it is 355 degree. Next we'll go for force polygon, and for constructing force polygon I told you already, for constructing force polygon I need these values. This will be the magnitude of each line and this will be the inclination of each line. So length of the first line will be 20, inclined at 0. Length of second line will be 35, inclined at 75. This is unknown, so we'll skip this one and go for next value, 35, inclined at 75. Third line will be 40, inclined at 135. Fifth line will be 0.6 times mm, where mm is 66.9. Its inclination will be 355 degree. So like that we'll construct force polygon. So length of the first line will be 20, inclined at 0 degree. Length of second line, it is 35, inclined at 75 degree. Length of third line, it is 40, inclined at 135 degree. Length of the next line will be 25, 0.6 times bm, 0.6 times mm, you will get 25. Sorry, length of the next line. So after this, after plotting those three lines. Next, you can go for either this 0.6 mm value, or else you can go for 25 also. You will get same answer. So I will follow the same sequence. We'll go for 0.6 times mm inclined at 355. So 0.6 times mm, you will get 40.14. So length of the next line will be 40.14 inclined at 355 degree. 355 degree. Length of the next line will be 25 inclined at 240. 25 inclined at 240 degree. 240 degree. So after this, if you connect starting point with end point, starting point of polygon with end point of polygon, measure this dimension. Dimension is 47.08. Dimension is 47.08. You have to equate this with unknown value 0.6 times ml. Unknown value is 0.6 times ml. You have to consider scale factor also. You will get ml value 78.33 kg. You will get ml value, you will get 78.33 kg. And to find out the inclination of ml, I told always we have to measure angle with respect to 0 degree line, and at starting point you have to measure. So if you measure, this is the starting point. If you measure this angle, this will be the inclination of mass L. You will get this inclination as 232 degree. You will get this inclination as 232 degree. Now we'll fill the table again. ml, you will get 78.33, and its inclination will be 232 degree. So after calculating value of ml and mm, I know the inclination also. So we'll plot position of m and l in space diagram also. Its radius 0.6, radius is 0.6, inclined at mass L first, inclined at 232, ml inclined at 232, this will be ml, and mm, its inclination is, inclination of mm is 355 degree. Inclined at 355 degree. This will be the space diagram. So that completes solution of this problem. Thank you.